I wanted to show you like a next step for if you wanted to try this in a digital version. Remember, we're trying to stretch and explore and try some new things. And it doesn't have to be with your face. Maybe it's with something else, like an animal, a famous person. You can make that choice. But I want to show you, remember when we put in our picture and we added a layer over the top so that we could trace the contours or the lines and shapes of our face. So I'm going to go back up here to the layer button, and you can see that I have that now. And remember that if I touch the eyeball next to my photograph, I can delete that, and now I have the line drawing. So let's try to make a digital micrography piece over the top of this. The first thing that you would do is you would hit that eyeball so that you're just looking at the drawing, the line drawing, once you've got the line drawing on there. Remember, I always had to add a layer so that that is on top. Then what I'm going to do is on the layer with my drawing here, I'm going to hit this thing that looks like a gear. When I touch the gear, I have a whole bunch of choices, and one of them is opacity. Opacity means like making it more see-through. So I'm going to drag the opacity bar a little bit till I can still see the lines, but they're kind of a little bit grayed out. That'll be easier for me to write. Okay, so now that I've made it more opaque, now I'm going to add another layer. Remember, this button here is for layer. It's really important that you add a layer because we want to be able to delete out some things and keep this new layer. So I'm going to hit the plus sign. Notice that the blue bar is on the top layer. It's really, really important. And now I can use the tools just like I was using the tools, my Sharpies at home. I can zoom in. And then now I can write words to fill up spaces. I can write on the lines to fill up those lines. Remember, the words have a connection to whatever it is that you are creating. I can start writing my name or whatever the words are along these lines. I'm just going to pretend to show you a little bit about what would happen if this is all words. Hi, 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 hi. Okay, and then if I go back into my layers, now you can see a little bit at this very top layer that I'm starting to see the writing there. I can check to see how I'm doing by now hitting the eyeball on the contour drawing down below here. And I can start seeing that I'm creating a digital micrography using, using the words and by eliminating that layer. So I would keep going all the way along here until I would finish. The fun thing is being digital, you could play around with colors. There is a font button, which is over here, the A with the dot, dot, dots. So I can add this little text here so I could insert my own text, which would maybe be kind of fun to add to my micrography. So something to play around with. I hope that you guys experiment with that a little bit if you finish with your regular micrography.